A couple of things that were on my sheet that were stunning, and I know that we have to discuss them. And the first one has to do with when you create a trophy, and folks get mad when you create a trophy, and you get a processional outside of an office building, and you get to hold a trophy. Hey, look what we got, And then you are forced with this opponent to hold a guard of honor, and you basically tell the league that you're in that this stinks. And so your team turns its back during a guard of honor, which it was, I have never seen that before. You turn your back in a guard of honor, and then you play, and then the league that you are in decides that if you are Estudiantes and you turned your back during a guard of honor, that you are going to get punished. And they got the hammer dropped on them for turning their back for a guard of honor. It is something I have never seen, and then you end up with the punishment. It's just crazy what has happened here, man.
It is absolutely insane. But do you know? Do you get this info too? Do you know why? When that document was created about the punishment?
Break it all down for us, because we need the intel, brother.
This is the most Soprano-like situation that I've seen in ever. So first, the whole freak show about getting the tournament, getting the trophy to Rosario Central in a meeting where Chiquitapia gathered all together, everyone in here. Oh, guys, what you think is fair if the team with the most points wins the tournament? And everybody's like, yeah, it's okay. No, we're good. That's good. Keep talking. Again, I want to ask you guys, do you think it's okay for this, to award the title to the team that is getting the most points across the year? Yeah, that's good. So we okay with this verbally? Right? Are we okay? This is not there's no voting. He's just talking. Nobody's voting for anything here. All right? Oh, okay. So we're good? All right. Angelito, Di Maria, come over here. Hey, bring me the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rosario Central, your new champion, because they had the most points of the season. Everybody was frozen in that meeting. Everybody froze. It was just like, what is going on? And then all the episodes that just broke down about the punishment on Estudiantes. And they based off a document from AFA, right? If you're not obeyed to the rules, are you going to be punished, la, la, la. March 10th of 2025, right? That's a document. You did this document in March. No, you didn't. You created the same day. They created the same day, Johnny. The same day they created the trophy, the same day they created the punishment. In AFA. And then they say, no, hold on a second. They're looking at the PDF and hold on. Let me check on this. PDF created on November 25th of 2025. They did not create this in March. No, hold on a second. Let me change it again. So they changed it again. They basically forged the creation date of the document. This is how can you be more of a crook in this? This is crook lessons from a legend number one, brother. What is this? What is this? That's why my topic is like Chiquitapia. Tony Soprano has nothing on you, baby. Tony Soprano has nothing on you. I never seen anything like it. I mean, probably there are more situations like that. We're going to go into the Peruvian situations in a bit, but this is world-class crook act, man. That's what it is.
And it doesn't even stop there. So you end up with that going down. And so then Juan Sebastian Verón, who is the president of Estudiantes, he's been banned from all football-related activity for 6 months for ordering, and this is from Dan Kilpatrick over at The Athletic, for ordering the club players to turn their backs on Rosario Central. the Argentine Football Association, AFA, the 6-person disciplinary tribunal ruled Veron's decision to order the team to adopt, quote, an attitude of open disapproval constituted, quote, a form of symbolic violence and an affront to the values of respect and sportsmanship, end quote. So they protest, you get the made-up trophy, and then just days before the round of 16 match, Central's crowned league champs, players turn their backs, and the players who turn their backs, in addition to Veron getting a 6-month suspension, the players who turn their backs, the starting 11, banned for 2 games, Captain Santiago Nunez banned from wearing the captain's armband for any of their teams for 3 months, and the other affected players, Muslera, Gomez, Palacios, Farias, LGP. So remember, there's an Atlanta tie here with Leandro Gonzalez-Pires, Arzamendia, Cetre, Piovi, Medina, and Amondarain are going to get 1 match suspensions they're going to get match suspensions, 2 match bans enforced from the start of the next official tournament the club plays in, meaning that they will be available for the quarters against Central Cordoba this weekend. Fined the value of 4,000 tickets, around about $120,000. Estudiantes said in a statement that they are, quote, analyzing the sanction received in detail in order to take the appropriate measures to defend the interests of the institution and its members. In this context, Board of Directors expresses their full support for Juan Sebastian Veron, Santi Nunez, and the entire professional squad. What in the blue you know what, man?
This is forget about, this is the bullying at the highest level possible. If you're gonna be bullied, you're gonna be bullied like that. But all this happens, right? But at the same time, you go to Barraca Central, and what happened in the Barraca Central game? Referee calls a penalty, right? Calls a penalty for Barracas, of course. Then threatens the opponent for complaining about the penalty, all right? And everything is cool, right? Because the penalty taker is Chiquitapia's son, right? The head coach is the head coach. No. The president of Barracas is the son, the brother of Chiquitapia. And what's the name of the stadium? Chiquitapia. So, there's nothing that you can do about, in the Gondona era in Argentina, knew, right, that he was El Padrino, right? He was the godfather. You just gotta kiss his hand and everything else. But this is, I can't explain this. I have no words for this situation in Argentina. When you got that power, when you got that power that it has no contest, you can do literally whatever you want with the country's sportman. He's doing whatever he wants, and no opposition. There's no one that can even come close to the power of Chiquitapia in Argentina, Johnny. There's nobody there. Nobody. If they make an election, nobody's gonna win. Nobody. He's gonna have to die. All right, Chiquitapia's gonna have to die like Julio Grondona did. After that FBI raid, the glove. Remember when they got all the executives from all these different countries? Even for that, the guy chose the right time to die, man. Before that happened, it's insane. And I think this is what's gonna happen with Chiquitapia too. Until he dies, he's gonna rule Argentinian soccer until he dies.
The AFA's disciplinary tribunal claimed Estudiantes' behavior conveyed, quote, a message of devaluation of another's sporting achievement and a breach of the unwritten rules of respect between institutions, and therefore constitutes an immoral or reprehensible act and an act of indiscipline under the terms of Article 12, Paragraph 3 of the Code. It was not that they claimed Veron and the board of directors ultimately behind the move. It was not an improvised or isolated gesture by a player, but rather a directive issued by the highest institutional authority of the club. Yikes.
It's insane. It's I never seen anything like it. Anything like it. Nope.
I was stunned when it happened. Absolutely stunned. Let's see. So now that we spent 15 minutes on Estudiantes and Chiquitapia, the telenovela Barcos in Alianza Lima. What's going on there?
Hernan Barcos is the best in Alianza Lima in this since the year 2000. In this century, in this millennium, there's no better player than Hernan Barcos for Alianza. But there's an issue with Hernan. He's 41, as well as Paulo Guerrero. He's 41 too. So the dilemma in Alianza was: do we keep both players? Do we keep both 41-year-old strikers on our roster for next year? Can we afford to do that and watch Universitario Deportes win the 4-peat? Is that such a thing as 4-peat? I don't know. It's the 3-peat and the 4-peat, right? Yeah. This is what we're gonna do, or what are we gonna do? And so they decided they have to keep one of the two, either Paulo Guerrero or Barcos. But Paulo Guerrero he has a different power. He has a different star power than Hernan Barcos, even though Hernan Barcos has done way more for Alianza than Paulo Guerrero. Paulo Guerrero left the institution when he was 19, and he went travel over the world, playing 20 years abroad, and he returned to his club because he's a fan of Alianza and la la la. Anyway, but Hernan Barcos is the best international player in the Liga 1 in the last 5 years, Johnny. Mm-hmm. The best player in the league in the last 5 years, okay? But at the beginning of the year, they say, all right, Hernan, I think this is your last year, okay? We're going to end up the contract. Your contract ends in December 30th. Okay, fine. But then Hernan Barcos came up with miraculous and monster goals throughout the season, helping immensely Alianza Lima going into quarterfinals of CONMEBOL International Tournament for the first time in I don't know how many years, 35 years, 40 years, who knows how long. And so he's been having a monster year despite not playing as a starter. He had one less goal than Paolo, and he played 50% less games than Paulo Guerrero. He has one less goal, all right? Okay, fine. And then he was like, you know what? I want to know if I want to stay or not. I want to know if I want to stay or not. Okay, you want to know? Okay, let's have a meeting. You're not staying. You're not staying. Just like that. They tell him just like flat out, you're not. And then, the media exploded all over the place. And then all the Alianza Lima journalists, my God, they're so pathetic, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm a Universitario Deportes fan, right? Uh-huh. But you don't see me crying about stuff that happens to Lau. I'm not crying about it. I might be overexcited about some achievements, but I never cry about it. I never do. Boy, it was a funeral. It was a funeral on the radio, on TV. And journalists were like, oh no, it's not possible. How in the world you let this guy go? That means that you prefer having the party boys at your team than having a professional player that never goes out, that gets a job done and gets some time, and that's part of the culture of Alianza Lima. This is a party house. They like the cumbia, the salsa, the merengue, right? And then they play sexy soccer, but they don't win championships. Mm-hmm. Right? When it comes to win championships, they don't. I'm not saying this because of this badge right here. No, I'm not saying because of that. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? This is how it is. This has been the culture forever. They are the party boys, and we are the blue collar guys. That we just get the job done, get on the trenches and get the job done. That's why the Universitario Deportes has way more championships than Alianza Lima. But yeah, it's not over. And now they still got to play the playoffs against Sporting Cristal. And Hernan Barcos already reached out to Sporting Cristal to play for them, right? But the technical director from Sporting Cristal said, they're doing a fantastic play, but we got we got a job to do still, brother. We got 4 more games to play. I mean, 4 more games to play, and we're not settled yet on the position. So chill out. We'll see what happens at the end of the tournament. It's not over yet. It's not over. But boom, baby, boom. You're gonna play against Sporting Cristal and you offering your services already to the opponent? You kidding me? And there's this information that leaked that there was an incident between Valera and Barcos in the Clásico, where Hernan Barcos came up to the media and said, "Yeah, no, this guy doesn't know anything about respect. I told him more about the Peruvian. I've done more for the Peruvian national team than he's done." Brother, you're Argentine. What are you talking about? You never played for the national team. What are you talking about? And he for me he's a dead guy. It's a dead body on the pitch. And since that moment, Valera became the best striker in the Liga 1. After that, he just ignited the fire on Valera. He scored, I don't know how many goals he scored in that span. I think 9 goals in 10 games or something like that, something brutal. And then he went down the drain, and now he's trying to say that I want to play for a team that I came here to Peru to win 4 titles. I won 3 titles with Alianza, and there's only one team that can win one more, and that's Universitario. Bro, you're not coming to Lao. You kidding me? You think they're gonna open the doors to you? No, you're not coming. You better figure it out where you getting the offers from. But I'm not from Universitario. You're not coming home. You're not.
So suffice to say that our buddy Nino Torres here is coming in #fully loaded this morning. He's all fired up as he should be. You have 3 other Peruvian topics that I'm going to save because we got juice boxes to go with one of them.
All right.
Yeah. But you have Portugal, Campau, U17. But how about Cristiano? Yeah, nothing like getting a red and supposedly having a 2-match ban. But no, we're going to kind of kick it down the road a year. Well, if you do it again. If you do it again, then we'll kick it back up. But it's suspended for a year. Nothing like CR40 sitting getting that 2-match ban kind of kicked down the road because of a World Cup. Yeah.
And guess what? There's a Peruvian president on that one in the World Cup. All right. I don't know if you remember. I don't know. But yeah, I want to tell you a story about it. It's about Paulo Guerrero. Paulo Guerrero tested positive for he tested positive for cocaine. Okay.
Whoa.
Cocaine in the what is the World Cup qualifiers before Russia 2018. He tested positive for cocaine in what game was it? In the game in Argentina, Peru versus Argentina. All right. So got positive for doping. Got the whole case, like he was going back and forth, and they came up with a defensive argument saying that the teapot, right, of mate was not properly cleaned. That's why he got residues of cocaine in his blood. And they even fired the poor waiter, man, at the hotel for bringing that pot to Guerrero. And anyway, so case went to the Court of Arbitration. And the World Cup was right around the corner. It was right around the corner. They were like, I don't know how many days away, like 2 or 3 weeks away from there. And then this was the resolution, right? This was the resolution. All right. We're gonna, what is this? We're gonna suspend you. No, what is it again? We're gonna hold on the suspension for 90 days.
An interim order to freeze the 14-month ban was how it was phrased.
Yeah. You know, they want to freeze it so you can play the World Cup, right? Mm-hmm. And then we figured it out. Then, of course, right after the World Cup ends, boom, match suspended 14 months. Right after the World Cup. So that's a kick-ass present right there. This one for the red card is nothing. It's just a piece of cake, brother. It's nothing. It's nothing compared to what happened with Paulo Guerrero. So, but still, why we do this, man? Just serious match suspensions. All right, I'm sorry. You want to throw elbows at a player? That's not okay. I don't care that you're Cristiano. I don't care. But again, of course, we're not measured by the same laws. Laws are not made the same for everyone. When you are, Cristiano, when you're Messi, when you're,
Back in 2018, the case that you're referring to, Cass had said earlier, and this happened late May, Cass said it would not intervene in Guerrero's legal campaign to play at the World Cup, but that it would not object, end quote, if a federal judge decided to freeze the ban. The judge, Christina Kiss, took into account that at 34, Guerrero should not miss his first opportunity to play at the World Cup. That was what happened May 31st.
He should not. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. Thinking of that nicely.
May 31st, 2018. So that was what you were. So there's like two sets of laws. Laws for y'all, laws for them. You have here the Copa Libertadores finals are in Lima tomorrow. Are you going? I guess is my first question.
I am not going because I got a Benfica game from 1 to 3. The game is at 4.
Okay.
So it's impossible for me to get to the stadium in 1 hour with a Copa Libertadores finals going on in Lima. It's impossible. It's 5 miles away. No. How many miles is it? 4 miles away from here, the stadium. Okay. The last time that I went to a Copa Libertadores match with my mom, remember, it took us, 2.5 hours to get there. 2.5 hours, man, for 4 miles. 4 miles, all right? 2.5 hours to get there. And Copa Libertadores finals, no. It's impossible for me. I don't have a header here, so unless I have that, that's the only way that I could get into the game line. But I can't. But I said, talking about we are floated. This is a float of Brazilian fans, Flamengo fans, Palmeiras fans, as friendly as they are, because they're so friendly, right? There've been issues too. There've been fights in the bars outside here. What's it? 4 or 5 miles away from here. It's called the district is Miraflores. It's probably the most international district here in Lima. The most tourist friendly. And there've been a lot of fights. But not huge fights. But they're like 10 to 10, 8 to 7, something like that. But not that many. But they tried to sell this. Oh, this is so violent. But I want to say that they are not the majority. Thank God. Okay. The majority of Brazilians. And of course, the Brazilian loves us. We love them. It's they play talking their samba. This is crazy, man. And tomorrow, from here, I can see the main road that goes to the stadium. So I'm gonna be all the colors, all the parade of Brazilians going through the streets here to get to the stadium, man. So, man, I'm so pumped about having the Copa Libertadores finals here, man. Absolutely.
Flamengo in the juice boxes is a plus 134. Palmeiras is a plus 231. Your 90-minute draw is a plus 193.
One last thing about the Flamengo and Palmeiras here. Initially, Flamengo was set up to train in Alianza Lima Stadium, all right? Initially. And Palmeiras is supposed to train here in Videna, which is the Peruvian National Federation training camps. But there is a curse for whoever trains in Matute, Alianza Lima's turf. There is a curse for the Copa Libertadores. Whoever trains there doesn't win. So Flamengo is like, we're not training there. We're not training there. Switch it. And they switch it. They switch it, and now it's Palmeiras training in there. Ferreira says, "I don't care about this, but that's all I'm saying."
Okay.
When you train, whoever teams trains in Matute or worse an Alianza Lima doesn't win the championship, doesn't win the Copa Libertadores. It's a curse for Alianza. I'm not even joking, brother. I'm not even joking. It's real. It's real.
Wow. So then what is this discussing the president and all the legends in Peru?
Why, man? Why can I have decent people, man? So there's a picture, right? The president of Peru, the president of the Peruvian Soccer League, the president of Conmebol. There's another president of some other organization in there in the picture. And these are the counts, right? One has been sentenced for reselling tickets. The other one has a lawsuit pending for sexual harassment, and the other one has another. What is this? Actives. What is this? What's the count again? Fraud for fiscal fraud for taxes fraud.
Wire fraud.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And so on. So they called the match of legends, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, they're legendary crooks playing in that game." But putting that aside, I gotta say that the people is being so harsh with the president because he came into the presidency in a really clear and unorthodox way. And but I don't mind, man. He's a young guy, man. Let him be. Let him play soccer. He was horrible playing, by the way. I watched the match, and but I think the people is too harsh on the president nowadays in Peru because people are not happy because there's a lot of things going wrong on this country. But the president, by him playing a game, he's not gonna do anything bad. I mean, just let him play, man. Just let him be. Let him be. It's one of the perks to be a president, right? Just go play, man. I had nothing against it, man. Nothing.
It's a photo op. Universitario and their silly season, and I know that you were typing quickly. You said that their silly season is on Fitri, but I know you meant on fire. Yes, I know it's on fire.
I'm so happy for two reasons. One is that we are the technical director Alvaro Barco is set on not bringing players over 35. Okay, not players over 35. There might be one caveat on that one. The name is Abel Hernandez, who's 35. He scored 24 goals in 24 games. So you might, bend the rule a little bit with this guy, right? Because they're looking for a striker. And Abel Hernandez is a proven striker. He not only play for Liverpool, play for different teams, play in Mexico, playing everywhere. All right, okay. And all the names that have been linked to Universitario are coming from the Uruguayan Soccer League. And who's calling that league? Myself. So I got to talk a lot about the about these players, about Abel Hernandez, about Gonzalo Napoli, about Pepe Neris, about everyone. So I've been keeping posted my fans here on TikTok here in Peru about it, because everybody can go and score. Oh yeah, 3 goals, 5 assists. Yeah, that guy's not good. There's a lot more to see than those 2 stats columns, brother. There's a lot more to see in me calling the league every week. I'm so happy because the names keep coming and coming. Why? Because the head coach of Universitario is Uruguayan, and he is linked to several players in Uruguay. He knows the stuff. He knows the players. He knows who could perform in the highest level in Peru. I believe that the signings are going to come from that league. Obviously, right now, this is silly season, the bunch of names. We have until December 30th to see who's really coming or not. And but about what I like it is that the names have been linked. I like those players. Usually, I kind of, this guy, maybe yes, maybe no. But it's never happened before when we started signing players. This is the first year that I'm like, oh, I agree on this one, I agree on this one, I agree on all 4 or 5 players that they've been linked to it. If they all come, wonderful. If one come, wonderful. I'm so happy for that, man.
one more thing from me off the board. Did you see what happened in the Copa Bolivia? The 17 red cards?
It's insane. What was that? The quarterfinals of the Copa Bolivia. Insane. And that's a record, man. There's another player. Red cards. 17 in a single game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell you. That it was wild. It was absolutely wild. Oruro and Brumming was the match in Bolivia.
That's the matchup.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What can I tell you? I think it's way too much.
The
video.
Yeah, I mean,
just show 2, 3 for one side, 3 for the other side, and that's it, man. I think he was, like pepper spray using that, like doing that with the red cards. It sounds like it.
So for those that may not know, this was in the qualification for the semi. So this was the last quarterfinal matchup, Blooming and Totorreal Oruro. So Blooming gets the draw. They get into the semi, and you had fights at the end of the match, started by the home side. You get the police intervening. You get tear gas to disperse near the tunnel leading to the dressing room. You get the fight going from the field onto the track. And so you end up with 2 players for the home side and their coach, and they start the fight. And then you go from there. You had restraint, and you had 20 police officers intervening to prevent the violence from escalating using tear gas that affected both sides. Insults continue. Coach calms his players down, go to the locker room. The draw angers the home side, who almost got the penalties. And so Oruro pressed their opponents, and then they didn't quite get there. But Blooming advanced, and this was at Real Oruro, and you had 17 red cards in the match. And it was dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, tear gas and cops and everything. And it was crazy. What are you calling this weekend?
We're calling the Benfica game. We're calling also the second leg finals in Uruguay. Nacional. This is the Gran Parque Central in Nacional's home turf. The first leg was all for Nacional, and Peñarol managed to came up out of nowhere to score those 2 goals. But Nacional was the better team on the pitch. So we'll see what happens in Gran Parque Central. We'll see what happens on Sunday, but it's going to be a hell of a fight.
And
I can tell you that.
We will be keeping an eye on it with you on GOLTV. Love you very much, my friend. Be safe. Enjoy the crowds for the Copa Libertadores. It's going to be crazy. Take a lot of pictures and buy some gear. We love you very much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Johnny. Take care, guys.
There goes Nino Torres, GOLTV.